This will be the second part of the reporting structures on page 72. So we're going to look at 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, I think if you can have your book and be looking in there while I'm talking, it would be helpful to you. All right, so we're going to start with structure number 5. So I'm using you guys as examples this time. So we'll pretend Andre is telling his classmates, do your homework. And we're going to report this with structure number 5 using the verb remind. So this structure, we have the speaker and then the reporting verb. Remember, every structure starts with these two things. Who is speaking, and then what is the verb about how they're speaking or what they're saying. Then we have an object, and then we have the infinitive, which is to plus the basic verb. So, if Andre is telling his classmates, do your homework, go ahead and pause the video, see if you can fit this into the correct structure, and then you can start and check when you're done. Okay, so let's check this. So the speaker is Andre. The reporting verb, hopefully you remember, we put it in past tense, so reminded. The object is going to be who he is talking to. So here it is his classmates. And then we see that his verb is do. So we're just going to take that verb and make it the infinitive form, to do their homework. Notice we had to change the pronoun. So your final sentence, Andre reminded his classmates to do their homework. So one last time, here's the structure for number 5, speaker, reporting verb, object, and to infinitive. And the verbs you should remember for number 5, advise, invite, order, and remind. So we'll move on to structure number 6. Here I have Yojo saying, study for the test. And we're going to report this using the verb recommend. So our structure number 6, we have our speaker and reporting verb like always. Then we're just going to take the verb from the spoken sentence and make it an ing verb. So go ahead and pause, try to put this sentence from Yojo into the correct form, and come back when you're done. Okay, so our speaker is Yojo. And the reporting verb we will put in the past tense, recommended. Now, I'm looking at what Yojo said. The verb in that sentence is study. So I'm going to change study to the gerund form or the ing form. And we get studying for the test. So your final sentence should be, Yojo recommended studying for the test. So last time, we have our speaker and reporting verb, then the gerund or the ing. And the structure or the verbs that we use the structure with are admit, recommend, regret, and deny. All right, our last two structures are a little more complicated because they have more parts. So here we have Zuzka talking to her classmates, and she's saying, you didn't study. She's blaming them for something, or we can use the verb to report, accuse of. And you'll notice this is a phrasal verb. It has 2 parts. So we use structure 7 with verbs that have more than one part. So phrasal verbs with 2 words, or sometimes 3 words. All right, so here our structure is a little more complex. We still start with the speaker and the reporting verb. We may have an object, so if you know who is being spoken to, this is where you put the object. Then we have the preposition from the reporting verb. So you'll notice that our reporting verb, in this case accuse of, is split into 2 parts if there's an object. The object will go in the middle. And then after the preposition, we're going to put the gerund. If you want to pause the video and try, you can. If you're confused, go ahead and just keep going. We can do it together. If you think you understand, pause, try, and then you can check. Okay, so the easy part is our speaker. Zuzka is speaking, so she's our subject. And we still take the reporting verb. So I'm going to make the accuse into the past tense. Accused. Now, in this case, we do have an object. And the object is the person being spoken to, or the people in this case. So the object is her classmates. And then I put the rest of the phrasal verb, so the preposition of. Zuzka accused her classmates of. Now, in this case, we have a negative sentence. So, we kind of need to work with it a little differently. The verb is study, but she's telling them that they didn't study. So what we're going to do is we're going to put not there, and then we're going to make study into the ing form. So, Zuzka accused her classmates of not studying. If she was accusing them of doing something, so maybe saying like, you cheated, then we don't have a not there. We just say Zuzka accused her classmates of cheating. But because here she's accusing them of not doing something, we put not and then the ing verb, and we get this final sentence. Zuzka accused her classmates of not studying. So, quickly one more time, we have speaker and reporting verb like always. If you have an object, it's going to go in between the verb and the preposition. Otherwise, you keep them together. And then we put the ing form of the verb. We use this with the verbs accuse of, apologize for, blame somebody for, confess to. Okay, so we'll move on to the last structure. This one is the most complicated. After Zuzka accuses her classmates of not studying, her classmates might say to Zuzka, stop accusing us. And if we report this, we might use a verb like insist. Many times, structure 8 is when we're telling someone to do or to stop doing something. So, lots of parts. Don't get too freaked out. We'll go over it. Again, we always start with the speaker and the reporting verb. If you want, you can also use that with the structure, and then you'll have an object who is being spoken to. You also can choose if you want to use the word should or not. It just kind of changes the tone of the sentence. And then we'll use the bare infinitive. Bare infinitive means the plain verb without to. So, see if you can pause the video and try to do this one. And when you're done, come back and we'll check it. All right, so starts just like all the other ones, easy. The speaker is her classmates. And we change the reported verb to past tense, so insisted. And I think in this one we will use the word that. But if you didn't use it, it's okay. All right, now we find who are the classmates talking to, and it's Zuzka. If you want, you can use should. But here, our classmates are a bit angry, and I think they would not use should. All right, and the verb is stop. So we're keeping the verb in the infinitive form, stop, accusing, and we change the pronoun to them. So you get this final sentence. Her classmates insisted that Zuzka stop accusing them. This one gets a little complicated. If you have questions, ask me in class and we can go over a couple more examples. One last time, we have the speaker plus reporting verb with or without that, the object or who is being spoken to. Maybe you would add should, you don't have to. And then we have the bare infinitive without to. We use this with verbs like demand, insist, recommend, and suggest. Okay, so this is the second part of that grammar lesson on page 72. So structures 5, 6, 7, and 8. These are all the videos that I'll send you on this page. If you don't understand, please ask me in class, because this is definitely stuff you'll see on big test, probably in sentence transformation type situations. So, yeah. Thanks.